Good morning. I'm finally off. It's the second day in a row of struggling getting up. Woke up and just kept falling back asleep. Really wanted to get up super early this morning to get to the cascading stream, as it's called on a map, as early as possible. The earlier I get there, the lower the level of water will be. I didn't get anywhere near as early as I wanted to just because I was struggling getting up. And I did the whole reverse on the camera to look at my face, because I always do that in the mornings, make sure I don't have like boogers hanging out of my nose or something. Good Lord, I look rough this morning. All swollen up around my eyes, baggy. Probably a little dehydrated. Probably a little malnourished. Need some calories. I am looking forward to getting into town. And yesterday was not tough, but it whooped my butt. And the switchbacks had a lot to do with that, the mental part of it. It was just stressing me out. Back, forth, back, forth, back, forth, back, forth, back, forth. But overall, it wasn't really a rough day. There wasn't too much sketchy stuff. Sketchy trail. There was a couple times, but not too bad. It got cold last night, but not too cold, about 40 degrees. But it was hot last night until it got cold. So kind of an extreme temperature change. Probably 70 or 80 when I set up camp, to about 40 at night. Anyway, part of the journey. Some days are just rougher getting going, but I'm going. It's about 6:30 in the morning. Still not late. Still almost 45 minutes to an hour earlier than yesterday. So that's good. Not as early as I wanted though, but I'll live. And it's going to be a great day, full of great views, lots of climbing today. I have a certain spot that I'm looking to get to, puts me in good position for tomorrow, getting out on Stevens Pass and into town to resupply, upload videos, the whole rigmarole. And right now I'm going to walk in the forest until I start climbing. And then I'm going to probably climb in the forest and then climb out of the forest. And then be up high and then possibly go back down into the forest. Just so I can go up again. See how that works? But there's going to be some great views on the way. And I hope I wake up. All right, let's get this going. With the sun hidden right now, you can really make out all the different shades of green in this area. Take a look at this. Hopefully it shows up on the camera. Probably not as good as it shows up in my eyes, but little fun fact for those who don't know it. The human eye can actually see more shades of green than any other color. And I like to believe, at least, that that's because in the very beginning of man, we were in the forest hunting for our food, and basically we're predators. And we needed to be able to see the different shades of green to be able to see what we were going to eat for dinner that night. That's my take on that, at least. I could be right, I could be wrong, but that's my opinion, so there. But I think it's really cool that you could see so many shades of green just like in a small section like this, from one plant to another, that look very similar in color but just a little bit different. I think that's pretty cool. And another thing I think is cool is walking in the forest right now. It's nice and cool in here. Good way to get the day started. Start grinding up the hill, being able to move a lot faster than if I wasn't in the forest first thing in the morning. And the pine needle trail doesn't hurt either. It's nice to have a cruisy trail once in a while. Continuing on this beautiful forest walk of a morning, ups and downs around the water, sun peeking through up there, but down here nice and dark. Have went through sections where the sun is shining through, but there's going to be a lot of great views today. I already know that, but if a good majority of it is in the forest, I won't complain. Gotta look at those signs. Make sure I'm not getting on some wrong trail again. Don't need to lose a mile. Yesterday wasn't tough, but like I said earlier, it kicked my butt. Had a nice campsite next to the water last night, but like I said, it was pretty warm when I set up. And the only good flat spot, which I thought was flat, it was actually a leaner a little bit, which made me keep sliding off the air pad last night. But I still slept pretty good. Tossed and turned a lot, but slept good in between. But it was pretty warm when I got there, and then cooled down quite a bit during the night, around 40 degrees. But that was probably because it was close to water, because I was really low. I was like in the 3000s, low 3000s. So I thought it would be a little warmer than that all night, but probably because of the water. Got down to that chilly Washington air. But yeah, it feels really good to be in the forest, but not just in the forest and not switchbacking. I actually feel like I'm getting somewhere right now. Instead of 4 or 5 miles of back and forth, I've went 4 miles actually north. That it gets under my crawl because I'm all about progression and, you know, getting to the spot I'm trying to get to. And when you keep going back and forth, I get it. I know why they do it. I mean, they got to do that for stock animals and such. It has to be a certain grade. But it's annoying to me because I just want to get there. But I'm not going to complain. That's why I'm making jokes about it. Not much you can do. It's so many miles to the end of this trail. And that's what matters, is that I get to the end of the trail and put in those miles. If those miles go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, then I do them. Because it still gets me to the end of the trail, which I'm not sure the exact right now, but by the time I'm done tomorrow and at Stevens Pass, I will be under 200 miles. So that's exciting, under 200 miles to the terminus of the PCT. Right now I'm enjoying this forest walk, gonna keep enjoying it until I'm out of the forest. And I'm standing up where the beautiful mountain views are. That was a fun one. Wasn't real deep, but I didn't have to take my shoes off. Yay! This right here, I believe, is Cathedral Rock. I'm not 100% sure, but I will be going over Cathedral Pass soon. So I assume that that is the pass for Cathedral Rock. We will see. The top of Cathedral Rock and all these beautiful mountains I've been walking by all the way up. Gorgeous. Coming around on the other side of Cathedral Rock and seeing some of the mountains that are ahead. I don't know if I'm technically on the pass yet, but it's come to a flat spot and starts descending here in a little bit. So I'm pretty sure this is considered the pass for Cathedral Pass, but I'm not quite sure. All I know is I'm going to be going down here quite shortly and here in a few miles coming to that rushing water. So I checked at the map, and yes, I am on Cathedral Pass and going over the hump and descending now. That was actually quite pleasant of a climb. Nothing sketchy in the forest, coming out for views. So I got to keep a pretty good pace. I'm already at 3,000 feet of elevation for the day. I don't know, 9 or 10 miles in. So it's going pretty good so far. I mean, it always goes good anytime you're in nature and in the mountains. But obviously I know I have this rushing cascade stream coming up once I descend here. And so far up to there, it's been going good. I'm hoping that that is easier to cross than what it has sounded like. People are going to cross it and at different times of the day, so that's a good sign when people are going across at 5 and 6 o'clock and still can get there. So we'll see what happens. That's all we can do. See what happens. Difficult ford, 2 miles, unsuitable for stock, detour via Highest Lake. I'm not going Highest Lake. No, I am going to continue going and do the difficult ford in 2 miles. Beautiful mountains that I'm kind of walking towards, but kind of not. Just depends which direction the switchback is going. But check out that water. That dark aqua water. That is beautiful. I bet you've never heard me use that word before. Oh boy, it's rushing pretty darn good everywhere. Except for that little spot there. If I could get down there, that looks like the right spot. As long as I could get back up on the other side on those rocks to over there where the trail is. I think that's my spot. I'm gonna try it. I found a better spot. The other one was downstream some. This is upstream. There's a log here. I was able to just walk next to the log holding on to it. Right there though, there was a big hole. Went all the way up to mid-thigh. But I got through that. I got to go over this little part here to be back on trail, but that's obviously not that bad. I just kept my shoes on for that one too, so they're soaked now. But not me. I didn't fall in. That is rushing good. Found this nice old rock and stump. Perfect to sit on and have a snack. I was going to have a snack at the cascading stream, but that was way too noisy for me. It was giving me a headache. Just the anxiety of the couple miles before it and hearing it and knowing it was coming just was stressing me out. I do not like water crossings, for those who don't know me. I push through them, but I don't like them. I love water. I don't like water crossings, especially when they're thunderous like that. Gushing. So I took a couple Excedrin too for my headache and ate some food, drank some water underneath this nice calm pine forest, evergreen forest. And I got about 9 miles to go, about 15 miles for the day so far. It's 1 o'clock, about 9 more hours to go. I mean, 9 more miles to go. It's a big climb up to Piper's Pass. And then I descend a little bit to where I'm going to camp tonight, unless I decide to go on or stop before then, but that's where I'm thinking right now. Puts me in a good position for tomorrow. So I'm going to go ahead and knock this out and get some great views. And it is hot out here, I will tell you that. Definitely steamier in that sun that it has been the last couple of days, so it is what it is. The journey must go on. I'm waiting for that Excedrin to kick in so that head starts feeling better. A lot of water on the way in the next 3 miles, gradual up before a steeper up. So I have about a liter right now, and that will be just fine for me to stop, in the next couple of miles and get some more for the rest of the climb. But looking forward to seeing the views here. It's going to be pretty epic, I think. As I close in on the 18-mile mark for the day, feeling really strong, feeling really good, feeling a lot of peace. It just goes to show that how your day starts, if you push through, isn't how your day necessarily will end. So many days on trail, this has happened to me. Not just this trail, all the trails that I've been on, all the through hikes, all the overnights and section hikes, whatnot. There is once in a while a day that just, I don't feel like getting up, just don't feel right, feel off kilter. This morning I was sleeping good, I just didn't feel like getting up. I was a little chilly and cold, and stomach was a little upset, and it was just a grind in the beginning. And then of course I had anxiety about what was going to be 13 miles later on the Cascade streams. And now I feel more peace and more joy than I felt in a week or so. And I'm not saying I haven't been feeling peace and joy. It's overwhelming right now. I just feel one with nature right now, instead of like stresses and things bogging me down, and the body like feeling upset or tired or exhausted. Yesterday just got me for some reason, and I think it was, again, just all the switchbacks giving me stress, knowing that, I'm telling you, I really don't like hardcore water crossings. And that one was in my mind even yesterday. But the point of what I'm saying here is, never think that because something doesn't feel good in the beginning of the day, like gotten off on the wrong side of the foot or wrong side of the bed or started with the wrong foot for the day, doesn't mean you can't reverse that throughout the day. Don't give up. Just keep pushing through. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. I'm going to have a good mileage day today, more than I've been able to do the last couple days, because I've been struggling a little bit to keep myself motivated and pushing forward, and sketchy trails, and I was letting things get in my head, not fear, just letting other things, outside things, get in my head. And I've been doing a lot of thinking the last few miles, and I have a lot of peace about a lot of things about the future, things about the present. And look at this awesome trail I'm on right now. Just like blown right out of the mountain, it looks like. But anyway, I just want to inspire you to not give up. No matter what your day feels like. There's been times when I started off like skipping through the world, and 5 hours later, I was down in the dumps. And I pushed through, and I got right back to feeling like I was skipping through. Through hiking teaches you a lot of things. If you read my book, you realize I've been going through this my whole life. My whole life has been training me for through hiking, and the ups and downs, and the fact that you just keep pushing through no matter what. No matter what, you keep pushing through, victory's on the other side. Always is. You just got to keep pushing through. That's the main thing. Keep pushing through, and don't think about the stresses. Don't think about the problems. Think about the victories. Think about what you have at that moment that is great and majestic, and what's on the other side. That's how you win. You keep pushing. You keep pushing. So I'm thankful that this day has turned into one of peace and happiness and joy. My stomach feels good. My headaches went away. It just feels great. And I'm blessed to be out here in northern Washington, seeing the beauty it has to give. Oh, wow. Look how beautiful that is. Yeah. Very, very pretty. Look at that water. Crystal clear, greenish blue. Oh my goodness. The lakes and ponds around here are so magnificent. Wow. "22 miles on the day, less than a mile to the top of Piper's Pass, which is the end of my climb for the day. It'll be about 6,000 feet up there. Probably some pretty epic views. There's a lot of epic views just walking where I'm walking in and out of the edge of the forest on the ridge line. Some great views out there. It is hot. I don't even feel like this is Washington. This feels like I'm down south in the desert or something. Not much of a breeze today, maybe that's why. But it'll probably get down to 40 tonight. Just really hot right now. Whew, hope it's not like this all the way to the border. I like where it's been, like 60s up here at this elevation. But anyway, just about 3 miles, I think, from where I'm going to camp tonight. Looking forward to setting up my tent and getting some relaxation. And just a few miles from Stevens Pass after I set up tent. That's where I'm going. Standing on top of Piper's Pass here, starting to descend down to the lake where I will be camping close to an outlet on that lake. Beautiful views there. Probably get a little more expansive as I get closer. Here's a great view of what's coming up. Those beautiful mountain shapes, all kinds of angles and cuts. But this one over here, this big snow-capped one, that's Glacier Peak. The main mountain of Glacier Peak Wilderness, which isn't too far up the road.